This is Fox 26 News at 9. News that works for you.
We first brought you the story of a local man who says the city is forcing him to wear a wig on the job. Our investigation gets results. I'm Isaiah Carey.
Is he breathing again? No, stop, no. Okay.
These are the chilling sounds of a wife calling 911 as her husband dies in her arms. But did it take 911 too long to respond? Fox 26 investigates. I'm Randy Wallace.
Now, Fox 26 breaking news.
That breaking news comes from Maryland. Police there have arrested former Baylor University basketball player Carlton Dotson. He's been charged with the murder of his teammate and roommate Patrick Dennehy. Dennehy disappeared in mid-June. The arrest warrant for Dotson was issued in Waco, but he was caught near his Maryland home. We'll follow this story and bring you the latest information just as soon as we get it.
Also tonight, a stunned community remembers 4 young people murdered in a Houston home. Good evening, I'm Mike Barajas.
And I'm Melissa Wilson. New at 9, a vigil for the victims of the Clear Lake murders. Fox 26's Rashonda Tate is live with more. Rashonda.
Well, Melissa, the autopsy results in those murders were revealed today, confirming that the 4 young adults died of multiple gunshot wounds and blunt trauma to the head. That news cast a heavy spell over the friends, family, and loved ones gathered here tonight for a truly emotional candlelight vigil. They came just as the sun settled. Classmates, colleagues, friends, here to remember a young woman they say will be hard to forget.
And want her to know that I was here and that I really am going to miss her, and I hope she's always going to be watching me, and I hope she's safe now.
Friends of Tiffany Ryle gathered in front of her Clear Lake home Monday night to remember, reflect, and share their grief.
I was shocked. I just broke down and cried. It's like, why Tiffany? She's such a sweet, innocent person.
Many of those here went to school with Tiffany and the other victim, Rachel Calarutis. Those here from Monday's vigil say this gathering was about remembering all 4 victims who were gunned down inside this home last Friday. They say they're trying to process why someone would want the group dead, why they had to die so violently, adding that they are simply trying to make sense of what they call a senseless crime. Now the vigil is just letting out here. Some are still hanging behind just to kind of share in their grief. They're again issuing a plea. They say someone out there knows something, and they're hoping that that person will step forward to help track down a killer. In Clear Lake, Rashonda Tate, Fox 26 News.
Fox 26 News learns that the Houston Fire Department is taking a second look at its dress code. This comes after we first reported that a Houston firefighter claims he's being humiliated on the job because he's forced to wear a wig. Fox 26's Isaiah Carey joins us with more on the story you saw first on Fox. Isaiah?
Well, Mike, that firefighter may now have a small glimmer of hope of wearing the hairstyle he describes as cultural and spiritual.
Near real. It still doesn't look near real because it's so dark that everybody knows my hair is not this color.
We told you how Houston firefighter Robert Branch was told to either cut his dreadlocks, wear a wig, or lose his job. Every day he goes to work as a paramedic, he dons that wig. He says an embarrassment.
They do tend to stare me down and look at me when I have that wig on, which is, it's not necessarily degrading. It just makes me feel, like, I'm being put on display.
While we certainly can understand Mr. Branch's desire to wear his own personal style, we cannot let him dictate what's acceptable in the Houston Fire Department.
Assistant Fire Chief Herbert Sims says HFD is a paramilitary group, and they expect their firefighters to project a certain image, and that's why Robert Branch must cover his dreads with a wig his captain told him to wear.
In fact, our rules and regulations states that you're allowed to wear a wig. Now, the wig itself must be within the guidelines. It must conform with the present guidelines.
Sims also says the dreadlocks could pose a safety problem when putting on a fire helmet like this one. The mask must be airtight for firefighters when they go into the flames. But Sims says the dreads have not been totally ruled out. In fact, after we began asking questions about the hairstyle, a committee is now being formed to take a second look at HFD's appearance policy.
We're in the process of looking at our present rules and regulations and guidelines in reference to grooming is permissible or not.
In the meantime, Branch waits in Wiganall. Now, Chief Sam says the formation of that committee could come as early as next week. Reporting from Southwest Houston, Isaiah Carey, Fox 26 News.
A Houston firefighter is hospitalized and more than a dozen families are homeless after a 3-alarm fire in Northwest Houston. The fire started at the Regency Crossing apartment complex on Goodson at Shipman. With no hopes of saving the building, firefighters decided to let the structure burn. One firefighter was hospitalized with minor burns, but there were no other injuries.
We're thankful to God that our lives weren't taken. Our lives right now are more important than anything else in the world.
The fire destroyed a total of 16 units. No word yet on what caused the blaze. Galveston is extending a deadline in the aftermath of Hurricane Claudette. City Council says Galveston's state of emergency will continue for one more week. Most damage was on the west end of the island, where leaders now say one home was destroyed. 65 others suffered major damage. In the city itself, authorities claim one home and 2 businesses suffered major damage. State emergency management officials think the federal government could set up an aid program for residents soon, maybe tomorrow. If that happens, keep this number handy. It's 1-800-621-FEMA. Also, if you have to get a permit to rebuild in Galveston, you can call the city, and that number is 409-797-3660.
It was a horrifying moment for a Fort Bend County woman, her husband clearly in trouble after suffering a heart attack. She did the obvious and called 911. But did it take too long for help to arrive? Only on Fox, a 911 call that parents may not want little ones to hear. Fox 26 investigates. Randy Wallace joins us live from Sugar Land tonight. Randy?
Mike, this is a relatively new subdivision in Sugar Land, but it's not difficult to find. It's right off the Grand Parkway near 59. So why did it take 18 minutes for an ambulance to arrive after a call is made to 911? That question now haunts a woman who recently buried her 45-year-old husband.
She's my big helper. She always does the dishes.
Since May 19th, Zahora Muselli has become both mother and father to her 5-year-old daughter, Sophia. On the last day of his life, Rod Muselli and his wife were planning their daughter's upcoming birthday. Zahora says Rod got up from the couch and went into the bathroom. She then heard him collapse on the floor.
And I grabbed the phone right away, and I called 911 immediately.
What's wrong, ma'am?
Zahora tells the 911 operator her husband just had a heart attack.
Help me!
She screams for an ambulance.
They're coming, okay? But I need to talk to me. Is he breathing or not? You're sure he's not breathing?
And I kept saying, where's the ambulance? When is it going to come? She said, no, it's coming. It's coming.
Zahora remains on the line. Some 4 minutes later, she asks, when will the ambulance arrive?
Heavy floating like that. Heavy floating. Is somebody coming? Yeah, they're already coming, okay? But I'm going to keep you on the phone, okay?
Rod had fallen face down, and the 911 operator instructs Zahora to turn him over so she can perform CPR.
Oh, I think he's coming. They're coming, okay, honey? They're coming. Oh, my God. I thought he was breathing. Oh, my God.
With the clock ticking, Zahora manages to give Rod CPR, but he stops breathing.
He's still making noises, right? No, he's not making noises. Is he breathing again? No, he stopped now. Okay. Look at me. No. Oh, my God.
Almost 12 minutes after calling 911, Zahora screams for an ambulance again.
Wait, somebody, please. Honey, come on. My baby,
Several minutes later, Zahora asks again.
Where's the ambulance? Where is that? They're in the area, okay? They're just looking for the house. Oh, my God. He's not breathing. He's not breathing.
And he took a last breath of mine.
Zahora believes Rod was dead when the ambulance arrived, 18 minutes after she called 911. Her neighbor, who came in after the ambulance arrived, says she saw paramedics cover Rod's face with a sheet.
When I was taking her out, they had covered his face.
Both women say they watched in horror as paramedics dragged Rod by his arms from the bedroom to the living room.
Even a person is dead or alive, you don't just drag him like that.
Zahora blames the paramedics' alleged insensitivity after they arrived on race. He's Arab, she's Pakistani.
First, you didn't save his life. You didn't help him, didn't give him medical attention. And then next thing, you just dragged him like that, like a dead cow? In front of me, in front of his wife?
The director of the Fort Bend County EMS initially told us 18 minutes is not an acceptable response time. He declined our request for an on-camera interview. However, Fort Bend County officials assure us they are investigating. Sugar Land police say their goal is to respond to emergency calls in less than 5 minutes. Reporting live from Sugar Land, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 investigates.
The cost of college is on the minds of parents and students. Texas A&M held public hearings today on a tuition hike. Tonight, we help you find a plan to pay for your child's college, and we meet this man whose inspirational story wouldn't have been possible without financial assistance. The cost of college is tonight's Fox in Focus at 9:45.
Also in the works, basketball star Kobe Bryant gets words of support as his accuser says she is, quote, disgusted by something the Lakers star said.
Well, we've got some new developments on Tropical Depression number 6, and there's some rain in the forecast. I'll have details in weather.
It doesn't look like spam, but the FBI says some misleading emails are helping thieves steal your identity.
Now, these guys didn't do the traditional romantic dinner and then pop the question. They went to the extreme to get their girlfriends to say yes.
Paradise Hotel is on Tuesday. Be there when the game changes completely.
It's going to be at the home stretch here. There's going to be some drama.
Because when one of the original girls is sent packing, emotions boil over.
No matter what happens, I'm in a horrible position.
Paradise Hotel.
Tuesday night at 8 on Fox 26. This news segment is brought to you by Discount Tires.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire Company.
Discount Tire Company offers low prices on every tire every day, including major brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Low prices, every tire, every day. It's all about price. It's all about service. It's all about saving you money. Low prices, every tire, every day. Discount Tire Company.
Coming this fall to Fox 26.
The Hyundai Elantra, a comparison. More standard features than a Toyota Corolla LE. All for over $1,900 less when comparably equipped. And only the Elantra is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner. Test drive the Hyundai Elantra, nicely equipped for just $11,439 at your Hyundai dealer. Hurry into the Hyundai winning season clearance and get $1,500 cash back or 0% APR. And current Hyundai owners get an additional $500 cash back.
To get through 4 years of college, you can order a lot of coffee to go, or you can order a lot of PC to go. Do schoolwork without being in school when you upgrade to a compact Presario with the mobile Intel Pentium 4 processor M. For only $9.99 after rebate, you get desktop power that goes where you go. So you can email photos, watch movies, burn CDs, and oh yeah, do schoolwork. Call today and get free shipping and compact desktops from just $379. When it really matters, choose compact.
This news segment is brought to you by SBC Business Unlimited.
Flat. Sometimes small businesses hate the word flat, as in sales are flat. Other times they love it, as in one flat rate for all your calls, and savings that are flat out shocking. Introducing SBC Business Unlimited. Local service, unlimited toll, and nationwide long distance for a flat $58.99. Guaranteed. SBC. Seeing small business differently.
This is Fox 26 News at 9 with Mike Barajas, Melissa Wilson, Chief Meteorologist Cecilia Sinclair, and Sports Director Mark Berman. News that works for you.
Angry Liberians demand U.S. intervention as rebels launch deadly attacks in the country's capital.
The mortar attacks killed more than 90 people today. Rebels bombed American embassies as well, but no one there was hurt. President Bush is sending in more Marines to protect the embassy in the capital city of Monrovia, but the president has no plans to send troops to help in the fighting in that country. Another U.S. soldier is killed in Iraq as anti-American attacks continue. A soldier from the 1st Armored Division was killed by a remote-controlled roadside bomb in northern Iraq. An Iraqi interpreter also died. 3 other American soldiers were wounded in the attack. An Iraqi bystander, a bystander who helped pull people out of vehicles, is credited with saving their lives. Kobe Bryant's 19-year-old female accuser says she is sickened by his claims of innocence. A friend says the alleged victim watched the basketball star's news conference on Friday and was, quote, disgusted by Bryant's claims that the sex was consensual. The Colorado prosecutor has charged Bryant with 1 count of sexual assault. He says he has a strong case and believes he can get a conviction. Also today, Lakers basketball coach Phil Jackson threw his support behind Bryant, saying the basketball player has always been a responsible person on and off the basketball court.
Getting engaged can be the most exciting time of a couple's life. Some men go all out for their leading ladies, and we captured their love through their extreme proposals. Paul and Marlo met on a blind date years ago.
Hi. Good. Reservations for Wise?
Their love flourished, and they knew they'd found the one. Then on June 16th,
we were heading out north, far north Houston, to his sister's for his niece's birthday party.
Or so she thought.
He kind of puts his hand on my knee and just says, Marla, I need to ask your forgiveness about something I've been lying to you about. And when I heard that, the thoughts that ran through my head in a matter of seconds.
No worries. They'd packed your bags and they were heading for a getaway in Colorado.
Immediately, tears began to fall. And it just hit me that, okay, this is probably the time.
Paul took her to his favorite place, his peaceful godparents' home tucked in the mountains near Denver.
The whole house looks out on this gorgeous meadow, and kind of focal point, there are these 3 aspen trees, so right in the middle of the meadow. Got down on my knee and asked her.
I said, yes, I will. I'll marry you. And then got out the ring, and I was just in shock. It was a family heirloom from the 1930s that I had no idea that he had.
The couple took some time to pray in their quiet meadow for all their hopes of the future. Then they came back to Houston to share the great news.
At 9:50 a.m. on Monday morning in Colorado, I asked Marla to marry me. Oh, they clapped and just cheered. They clapped and clapped.
Now the couple looks forward to their wedding in November.
We just want people to walk away just with a peace and an excitement for us, and just a sense of what marriage really is all about.
Can Mommy have a bite?
Jimmy and Sita know what marriage is all about. They got engaged and married 10 years ago. Jimmy plotted out his extreme proposal.
I just wanted to do something big and really surprise her.
Both were in law school at the time. She had already proposed to him twice.
And he said no, he wasn't ready yet. And I got very, very upset and said, you know, what's so sad about this situation is I love you enough to marry you, but you don't love me enough to marry me.
Little did she know the ring was already bought, the plans in place for a grand trip to New York. Jimmy surprises the love of his life with tickets to Miss Saigon, then dinner at the Windows of the World on top of the World Trade Center.
I didn't have any idea, and it was just such a beautiful place.
Jimmy gets on his knee and asks Sita to become his wife.
The priceless shot that I wish we had was just the shock on her face, because she literally, still after all that, had no idea that we were up there to get engaged. Can I have a bite? Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
The couple now has a 2-year-old son, little Jimmy, and are thrilled they said "I do" all those years ago.
Every big event in my life that has mattered more than anything has been spent with her, so it's been great. It's been fantastic.
We wish both couples the very best. Aren't they great?
Yeah, that second couple is already 10 years under their belt.
Yeah, then
That's
hopefully
fantastic.
they'll see very, very many more happy years. And we want to thank Claudia Schills with bridesandbows.com. She's the one who helped us find the great couples, and they were wonderful.
Yeah, they did a great job. Well, you get an email, and it seems to be from a legitimate business.
But federal investigators warn it could be a trick that costs you big.
And a local grocery store chain adds a new aisle aimed at saving you money.
Spanish translations are brought to you in partnership with KLAT La Tremenda, 1010 a.m.
The Lexus ES.
highest-ranked entry luxury sedan in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, now it comes with a very special lease. See your Houston area Lexus dealer.
If you want beautiful new bedroom furniture, Gallery Furniture's Christmas in July Super Sale comes at the right time, naturally and easily, just for you. Hurry out today to Gallery Furniture, 6006 I-45 North in Temple Parker. During our Christmas July Super Sale, you'll see our biggest and best selection ever of beautiful bedroom furniture at tremendous savings. Buy this beautiful bedroom furniture today during the Christmas July Super Savings event. Gallery Furniture delivers tonight, guaranteed. For bedroom furniture Christmas July Super Sale, open the 10. Gallery Furniture saves you money today.
What goes around comes around. That's why the Tiger Woods Foundation joined Target stores to create Start Something, a program that helps kids become role models and pursue their dreams. Target gives $2 million a week to local communities and programs like Start Something. Join Start Something today. Visit any Target store or Target.com. Together, we can keep the cycle of good going around.
The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
Remember this?
No.
This?
Sorry. Wait. Now I remember.
Domino's has great thin crust pizza!
Okay.
In case you forgot, Domino's has crunchy thin crust pizza, a great way to taste your favorite toppings.
Thanks, Mary.
Molly.
Whatever.
Get the door. It's crunchy thin crust pizza from Domino's. Now at Domino's, get 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $13.99. A great deal on 3 pizzas. That's right. 3 medium one-topping pizzas for only $13.99. Call now.
All I ever wanted to do was work for the FBI.
I never asked for this power. I just have it.
I follow leads and search for the facts.
I have dreams. They give me the clues.
I'm a professional.
I guess you'd say I have a gift.
I find missing people.
I find missing people.
You have to see things to believe them.
You have to believe things to see them.
Gloria Rubin and Katerina Scorsone in a new Lifetime original series, 1-800-MISSING. Coming in August to Lifetime.
This news segment is brought to you by GMC Trucks.
In HealthWorks, a new campaign kicks off today to help fight childhood obesity. It's a message to get America's kids off the couch. Get Kids in Action started because childhood obesity has more than tripled over the past 40 years. The U.S. Surgeon General says kids spend way too much time in front of the TV or computer. He wants children to feel better and have a higher self-esteem by losing weight. Eating fish and nuts could help reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Researchers say eating fish every week, plus other foods that contain what's called N3 fatty acids, and that includes nuts and oil-based salad dressings, can help you avoid the disease. Scientists say tests show these foods may give a person nerve function and also enhanced learning and memory. Participants in the study were 60% less likely to develop Alzheimer's.
A warning tonight for internet users that email may look legitimate, but it could be a scam to steal your identity.
The Federal Trade Commission and the FBI say online thieves send authentic-looking emails claiming to be from legitimate businesses, such as AOL. The emails claim there's a billing problem and ask for the victim's credit card and other sensitive information. The FBI says it's received an increasing number of complaints about this kind of scam.
A major grocery chain takes on a new venture promising a variety of quality products, all for just $1, $1. The Kroger supermarket chain has just opened another store featuring dollar aisles. The company chose Houston as a test market because of the growth of the dollar store market here in this city.
The dollar store gives us an opportunity to give the price-conscious consumer a great value with convenient shopping experience.
Kroger says so far the dollar aisles have been well received. course, the lower the prices, the better they'll be received.
You gotta like a good deal, right?
Yeah.
Still ahead, there's something brewing in the tropics.
Fox 26 Chief Meteorologist Cecilia St. Clair is watching this weather disturbance and has the latest coming up.
And most parents dream of sending their children to college, but with tuition skyrocketing, how can you save up enough to pay for it? More in tonight's Fox in Focus.
This news segment is brought to you by Chrysler.
From now until Monday, July 21st, the Chrysler Summer Sales Drive will be hotter than ever during our 72-hour event, featuring valuable bonus offers on select new Chrysler vehicles, like oil, lube, and filter changes for 3 to 7 years, and a choice of no monthly payments until 2004 and cash allowances up to $3,500 on select vehicles, or 0% APR financing on select models. Plus, get our 770 powertrain limited warranty. So get to your Chrysler dealer today. This exciting 72-hour event ends Monday, July 21st.
Toyota early closeout on 3. T-O-Y-O-T-A Cup.
Now get an early closeout price plus $1,500 cash back on select 4Runner SR5s. Get 1,000 back or 0 APR on Highlander. Or get a Sequoia SR5 with 1,000 cash back.
Straight up, straight up. It's time to move ahead. So trade up.
Early closeout is on now at your Toyota Power Team.
The heat is turning up on the Jeep Summer Sales Drive during the special 72-hour event, featuring incredible bonus deals on new Jeep vehicles, like no extra charge lube, oil, and filter changes for 3 to 7 years, with a choice of no monthly payments until 2004 and cash allowances up to $3,000, or 0% APR financing. Plus, get our 7-year, 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty on them all. But you've got to hurry because this special 72-hour deal ends Monday, July 21st.
Every weekend, it's like a party here.
Between the music, the family members.
So the grill is going all day. Oh, I love cooking for people. Oh yeah, a whole lot of food. To make an excellent dish, I think you need the freshest and the best ingredients.
That's where the Walmart Supercenter comes in. We get everything that we need here. When you have kids, it's a good thing.
Walmart Supercenter, I think, is my toy store.
He does try every single hat.
Yeah, they gotta look good.
I like to save every penny that I can. Low prices are here.
Walmart Supercenter. It's a happening place.
Where the FX45 really outshines its competition is in the handling. Unbelievably fast and genius in curves. Infinity's new SUV roars like a sports sedan. Introducing the all-wheel drive Infinity FX, the SUV with the heart of a sports car.
Morning. Okay, I've had it. You're out of here.
Tired of an unexpected bill hanging around? Unlike some options, such as credit cards and long-term bank loans, Advance America can advance you $100 or more today and help you get rid of that bill for good.
Okay, I've had it.
Call Advance America at 1-888-68-CASH now and say bye-bye bill.
From now until Monday, July 21st, the Chrysler Summer Sales Drive will be hotter than ever during our 72-hour event, featuring valuable bonus offers on select new Chrysler vehicles, like oil, lube, and filter changes for 3 to 7 years, and a choice of no monthly payments until 2004 and cash allowances up to $3,500 on select vehicles, or 0% APR financing on select models. Plus, get our 770 powertrain limited warranty. So get to your Chrysler dealer today. This exciting 72-hour event ends Monday, July 21st.
It was a pretty nice day to start out the work week, Cecilia.
That's right. If you don't mind the heat, thank goodness for air conditioning. Yes, it was nice and calm. Well, it was quite the opposite in central Iowa Sunday night as tornadoes swept across the area. Many homes were damaged, but amazingly, no injuries were reported. Well, we know about damage after last week's Claudette, and we are very busy watching the tropics because we don't want any surprises. Well, I have some good news tonight. We were watching Tropical Depression number 6 earlier today. It has weakened. In fact, it's just now a tropical wave, and there are literally thousands of those every hurricane season. The hurricane reconnaissance aircraft flew out there today. They looked and looked for a closed circulation. They couldn't find any. You can see this last image. It really looks disorganized. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know if it redevelops, or that's always a possibility. One of the things steering what's left of this system is the Bermuda High. It's been very strong this year, moving things from east to west across the Caribbean. So ultimately, at least what's left of this should move toward the west. So we'll still keep a real close eye on it in case anything happens there. Well, it's kind of a stormy night across much of the southeast. There are severe thunderstorm watches in effect right now in Georgia and also up along the eastern seaboard around Connecticut, a place that doesn't always see a lot of stormy weather. And there's one tornado watch in western Nebraska. And they've had some stormy weather over the weekend, and now they're getting another round of it. Compare that to our weather, nice and quiet, hardly even a cloud to be found right now. No rain around the area, so we enjoyed a nice quiet day. But it was a hot day. High temperatures were in the low to middle 90s, almost area-wide. The cool spot was Galveston, but even Galveston felt hot because of humidity. It felt like 102 there. Hot spot Tomball and Brenham, where it felt like 107. The official high 96. That is not a record. The record is 101. Our normal high is 94, but that did feel rather hot. If you're thinking, I don't remember the last time it was that hot. Well, today was hot with a high of 96, but we've seen hotter this year. In fact, May 30th, 31st, June 2nd, and 3rd, we hit a high of 97. Well, it's cooling down right now. Temperatures are in the 80s. Winds are out of the south. Boating-wise, tomorrow will be a little rougher than it was today. Winds picking up a little bit, seas rising to about 4 feet, and those bay waters will become choppy. Allergy-wise, tomorrow we're expecting heavy levels of mold spores and low levels of grass pollen. Big picture for the nation, thunderstorms across the southwest, but the stormiest area again tomorrow will be across the southeast. A cold front pushing southward, ahead of it, oppressive heat and humidity, so very stressful. Take a lot of breaks, get in that air conditioning, drink lots of water. Scattered thunderstorms more likely Wednesday as that front stalls out to the north of us. It will still be hot though, even on Wednesday, Thursday, and for the foreseeable future. So tonight down in the 70s to near 80, tomorrow's highs, mid-90s, feeling like 100 to 110. And here's your 5-day Foxcast. That chance for rain goes up to 40% on Wednesday. The rain in the clouds making it feel just a little bit colder, but cooler, I should say. It's still going to be a very hot week. So take it easy out there and have a terrific Tuesday, everyone.
We'll do it. Thanks, Cecilia. The Herbert Hilligan books have been entertaining children for more than a decade.
But these books are more than rhyming adventure, and the writer is not your typical author.
You ready to have fun?
Paul Ebner likes to leap around during his presentations to children.
He said yes!
Watching him talk to students about writing is just plain fun.
Then they make it into a book. So this is what it looks like when I am done with it. This is what it looks like when the publisher is done with it. And this is what it looks like when I'm working on it.
And the positive message comes through loud and clear.
We have the same struggles anybody does when they write a story. We have to go through rewrites, we have to edit, we have to correct, we have to change, we have to correct. We make spelling mistakes and we don't write perfect sentences the first time out.
Before he began writing the Herbert Hilligan series, Paul Ebner was a middle school math teacher.
I just felt like I wanted to take what I knew about kids, what I had done with kids, my experience with kids, and I wanted to use my creativity in a fun way.
Eyes forward.
Part of the fun in each of his books are the math challenges. These are true story problems.
I love the idea that my books are not just fun to read, but they're actually educational. My Texas book actually teaches geography as you read the story, and yet still has the math problem. So I've integrated reading, I've integrated math, and I've integrated geography.
Through the adventures of a boy and his magical lunchbox, Paul Ebner stays busy building better minds and remaining
The coolest.
What a fun way to learn.
Work in the crowd. Mark Berman is next with sports.
Stay with us.
This news segment is brought to you by Subaru.
Introducing Long John Silver's new bucket of crunchy shrimp. It's a lot of shrimp and it's ready to go. You get 30 of our delicious golden brown bite-sized shrimp in an easy-to-grab bucket. And this bucket is loaded because it's not only 30 of our succulent, juicy bite-sized shrimp, but it's fries, hush puppies, and a drink, all for just $3.99.
So grab them, pop them, and run with them, and bring your appetite along for the ride. It's the new 30-piece bucket of crunchy shrimp combo, and it's only at Long John Silver's. Dive into something new. For 26 years, it's been #1. And for the next few days, you can get one for $199 a month. That's right, for a few more days, qualified buyers can get a brand new F-150 with air, aluminum wheels, and a sport package for only $199 a month. This special offer ends July 31st, so do not wait. It's the #1 truck. It's $199 a month, and there's one place to get it. See your Texas Ford dealer today, because July 31st, this one's gone.
Once there was a cow named Belle who could sing. She was enchanting to all who heard her. Everyone agreed Belle's singing was superb, and her milk was divine. And to this day, there's a little Belle in every bite of Bluebell ice cream.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me.
Excuse me. Try the roasted chicken breast, then talk to me about love.
I know I love it.
Me too.
Love is my chicken pizzaiola. Subway's newest chicken sandwich. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni smothered in a tangy marinara sauce, topped with melted cheese. All right.
Do you love anything more than this chicken?
The meatball's pretty good. But today it's chicken! I guess I'm not the only one who loves chicken.
The Lexus LS, for the 7th year in a row, ranked the highest premium luxury sedan in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. No other sedan has ever been so honored, which might help explain why its owners consider it simply the best luxury sedan in the world. The Lexus LS, at your Houston area Lexus dealer.
Now, Fox 26 Sports with Sports Director Mark Berman.
Hi again. The Pirates beat the Astros 5-3, snapping Houston's 5-game winning streak. Pittsburgh jumping on Astros starter Tim Redding in a hurry, scoring 3 times in the first. Brian Giles double gets Jason Kendall home, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Matt Stairs with the RBI single to right scores Giles from third. Astros down 2-0. Still in the first, Jack Wilson with the base knockoff. Redding driving in a Ramos Ramirez. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. In the second, the Astros get one back. Brad Ausmus RBI single up the middle, scoring Lance Berkman, and Houston's down 3-1. In the third, Astros down 4-1. Stairs with a solo home run to center. His 21st. It's 5-1 Pirates. In the sixth, the Astros get two back. Jeff Bagwell and Jeff Kent with back-to-back solo home runs. Bagwell hitting his 21st of the year. Kent with number 13. The 8th time the Astros have gone back-to-back this year, but Houston loses it 5-3. In an effort to bolster their pitching staff, Major League Baseball sources tell Fox tonight the Astros have expressed interest in Pirates starting pitcher Jeff Suppan. He's 9-7 with Pittsburgh this year with an ERA of 3.67. The Rockets continue to wait on an answer from free agent forward James Posey. He has an offer on the table from Houston, and his agent has been negotiating with other clubs. Posey is a restricted free agent, and the Rockets retain the right to match any offer he gets. Acquired in a trade during the season last year, Posey averaged 11 points, 5 rebounds a game.
I want to be here. I mean, that's very obvious. But like I said, it's a business, and business decisions will be made, and that's the approach I'm taking.
Yesterday, the Milwaukee Bucks fired head coach George Karl. One of his former players, guard Sam Cassell, now with Minnesota, tells Fox 26 tonight he is not surprised Karl got the axe.
George is a hell of a coach now, as far as X and O's, but once he learned how to stay out the media, leave you guys alone, stop voicing his opinion to you guys, and a little bit more to the players, I think he'd have been a better coach. He blamed Glenn, he blamed Ray, blamed himself now, but no one was blaming him. With that kind of talent, you got to do something with it. Talent was there, he didn't produce.
Thomas Bjorn's monumental collapse at the British Open, up 3 shots with 4 to play, only to lose by 1 to the rookie Ben Curtis, drawing worldwide attention once again to 3 other golfers who have blown victories in major tournaments. Ed Snead at the Masters, Jean Van de Velde at the British Open, and Houstonian Doug Sanders, also at the British Open in 1970. Sanders, who was hitting a few golf balls a day on the driving range at Memorial Park, says 26-year-old Ben Curtis cannot possibly understand how his life has changed.
He has no earthly idea, and you can't possibly
think what that did to you in the future to come. I mean, if he did well, he might be the captain of the Ryder Cup team. He could have golf courses, be a designer of golf courses. I mean, there's just so many things there that it opens the door as if I had made that putt.
That putt, a 2-footer in 1970 at the British Open that would have won it. A 2-footer set up when Sanders hit a poor chip shot that landed 30 feet from the cup. Doug recalls his pacing was off.
I've always marked the ball, and here I am again. I've changed my pace again. I said, I'll go ahead and putt out. Why? I don't know. Doug, you've been over the putt a long time. Go ahead and make, no, why don't you mark it? Lee's got a putt. Doug, hit the putt. No, you, all of these things went through my mind. But I let the other things get in front of doing what you needed to do, was to stay focused. And I missed a putt.
Sanders eventually lost the 1970 British Open to Jack Nicklaus the following day in a playoff. During his career, Sanders won 20 times on the PGA Tour and finished second in majors 4 times. He saw the 1970 British Open highlights again yesterday. 33 years later, his emotions got the best of him.
Yesterday is the first time I saw that, where Lee Trevino was standing there and he kept moving his hand and, you know, wanting me, he didn't, you know, he's getting ready to share, and I don't know what. And I've had a little work done on my eyes. It was a little dry, and they've done some stuff. And I had my hand down here, and it was about 3 drops of water came out of my eye and hit on my hand. And I took the clicker and turned it off.
Sanders says Thomas Bjorn is young enough to overcome his horrendous finish. The 1970 British Open was Sanders' last time to come close at a major. Now it's brought up when disaster strikes golfers in the game's biggest events.
My life would have been the difference in so many things. I could have, as I said, possibly maybe the captain of the Ryder Cup. I'd have been in the Hall of Fame, and so many things. You would have always remembered Doug Sanders as the British Open champion.
At the Tour de France, Texan Lance Armstrong crashing, falling down during the 15th stage and still managing to get up and win it and retain his overall lead. Armstrong attempting to win the event for the 5th consecutive time. That'll do it.
Sanders, very brave to talk so candidly about that.
33 years later, handling it very well.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark.
That's all for Fox 26 News at 9. Thanks for joining us.
Fox in Focus is next. Sending your child to college could cost more than buying a home. Tonight, tips on saving, getting financial help, and how a scholarship helped change one man's life. Stay with us.
This news segment is brought to you by McDonald's.
There are certain rules for being a guy, like never touch another man's remote, always wait 2 days to call, and of course, never pass up a chance with twins. Well, guys, right now at McDonald's, we've got twin beefy Big Macs for just $2.22. Or if you'd like to wake up to twins, drag it out of bed and get to McDonald's for 2 sausage McMuffins with egg for $2.22. So, hurry into McDonald's today. Just remember, you have to be outside to call shotgun.
Right now, your Texas Dodge dealers have added some huge extras to the great deals at the Dodge Summer Sales Drive during a special 72-hour event. Get lube, oil, and filter changes at no extra charge for 3 to 7 years. Plus, your choice of cash allowances of up to $4,500 and no monthly payments until 2004. Or 0% APR financing on select models. Plus, get Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. But you better get rolling because this 72-hour event ends Monday, July 21st.
Each week they've hit new heights. Now, with only 3 spots left in the All-Star Band, the pressure on the finalists has never been more intense.
I would love to see you get this group.
Who will be next to move on?
You at home will vote for your favorites.
American Juniors.
Tuesday night at 7 on Fox 26.
When Ben Howard brings the triple-digit heater, he brings new meaning to the word fastball. For insanely fast speed on the internet, millions take aim at Roadrunner High Speed Online. Roadrunner delivers all the news you want moments after it happens. In fact, 2 out of 3 households with high-speed internet use cable-based technology. Exceed your speed with Roadrunner High Speed Online.
Call 1-800-ROADRUNNER today and get a $30 rebate with a free installation. Call now.
Must have rained or something.
Why did Car and Driver name it Best Luxury SUV for 2003? For one, you can drive it through 22 inches of water. Touareg, the Volkswagen that does what other Volkswagens don't.
Must have rained or something.
Cramps, a monthly problem for many women. So why are these ladies smiling? Find out Wednesday on Fox 26 News at 9. This news segment is brought to you by Chevy. Driving Texas.
Now you can really light things up in a cool-looking Cavalier with $4,000 cash back. Or get 0% APR financing for 60 months. And if that's not enough, we'll throw an XM satellite radio with hardware activation and 3 months of service. Cavalier and XM, lighting it up. Chevy. Driving Texas.
Welcome to Fox in Focus. I'm Tom Ziska. Texas A&M hosted public hearings tonight on raising tuition at the school. And the Aggies are not alone. College tuition is going through the roof. You know it. It's a concern for people even before they have children. And that's our focus tonight. What should you know about saving for college and the resources out there when the bank account doesn't cover the cost of higher education? In the Houston Business Journal report, you'll hear about the latest options in saving for your child's education. We'll meet a local man who credits much of his success to one of the nation's prominent college funds. And we'll sit down with an expert on scholarships and other college funding resources. We begin here. Every year, the cost of college rises a whopping 5%. That is twice the annual rate of inflation. And at that rate, a child born today will need nearly $100,000 a year to attend a public university, and a private school will cost close to $250,000. Those kinds of projections have prodded an increasing number of parents to launch intense financial preparations. Houston Business Journal Fox 26 reporter Greg Grugan tells us how many are attacking the daunting task of paying for a college diploma.
The journey from kindergarten to college can transpire a lot more quickly than many folks think. Just ask parents currently caught off guard by the escalating costs of a higher education.
It's been very tough for people at a time when a lot of people are belt-tightening right now. College costs are skyrocketing.
Preparing for the hefty price tag has made a hit of the 529 Savings Plan, a congressionally sanctioned financial vehicle allowing tax-deferred accumulation of cash for college.
That's the great thing about a 529 plan. You can save yourself $100, $200, $300 a month, an amount of money that's not that much on a monthly basis, and yet over 10 or 15 or 20 years, it can grow up to a significant sum.
In just 3 years, American parents have already pumped more than $20 billion into these plans. Offered by private investment firms as well as many state governments, the professionally managed funds seek maximum return in the early years, gradually ratcheting down risk as a student moves closer to college.
The other thing that a lot of people like is it's creditor protected. So if you make another mistake in your life, they can't come and get your child's college education money.
It's one of the tools you should look at in the arsenal, but just because it's tax deferred does not mean that it is the right answer for everyone.
CPA Bob Martin suggests parents in the lowest tax brackets get limited benefit from the 529 while often paying significant fees. He also cautions that a deficit-conscious Congress could retract the tax benefit when it's reconsidered in 2011. And finally, middle-class families with well-funded 529s could hurt their chances of winning financial aid. That said, a 529 remains a truly valuable option for millions of Americans.
Well, it's a type of forced savings, and that's always good.
If you have kids and if you want to help them fund college, the 529 is most people's choice today.
Another option for parents putting cash away for college is the Coverdell Education Savings Account. Most families can stash $2,000 a year, and like the 529, the earnings compound tax-free. For the Houston Business Journal Fox 26 Business Report, I'm Greg Grugan.
Greg, thank you. Even if your parents can't afford to send you to college, there are other ways. The United Negro College Fund, for instance, helps send thousands of youngsters to school each year. Fox 26's Dominique Keith speaks with one UNCF recipient, and as she tells us, your success could just be a scholarship away.
It's amazing the doors that education can open up for you. And inside these doors is a man with a success story that started with the United Negro College Fund scholarship.
I feel like preaching this morning.
You can find him in the pulpit Sunday mornings here at Brentwood Baptist Church. Dr. Joe Samuel Ratliff is the pastor of Brentwood. With more than 12,000 members, it's one of the largest churches in Houston, with an interpreter for the hearing impaired and a music ministry that goes way beyond a choir. Life began for Ratliff in North Carolina, born to a teenage mother.
She was 14 years old when I was born in 1950. Of course,
when it was time for college, there was no way Ratliff's folks could afford to send him. But he made it to higher education thanks to
loans, and then I had a job, and then I had UNCF scholarships and different private scholarships.
With the scholarships, the boy from humble beginnings finished Morehouse College with a BA in history, a degree earned in 3.5 years, not 4.
And then I left there, went to seminary for a 3-year program, did it in 2.5, and took a master's of divinity, and then went on to Harvard and did a postdoctoral study program there.
At age 25, Ratliff had his doctorate. Great accomplishments he may have never achieved if not for the United Negro College Fund.
I serve on the boards of these 2 colleges, and on the average, 60 to 70% of our students receive some kind of financial aid.
So what would life be like for Ratliff? If not for those scholarships, where would he be?
Probably in North Carolina, rural North Carolina, working in a plant or tobacco fields.
Good, honest work, says Ratliff, but the point is he would be limited, without choices, if not for his education.
Today is your day. Today is your day. Today is your day.
You can, become all that you want to become. It's just do it, and just go out there, go for it.
That message, Ratliff says, is for you youngsters who may not know you can dream and achieve those dreams, for you youngsters who may seem to be stuck in a less than desirable environment.
Whatever you've been exposed to, that's what you seek out. But if you don't know it's out there, if you don't know that there's all kinds of horizons, all kinds of possibilities, then you settle for that which you've been exposed to.
Dr. Ratliff says exposure is so important that every other year the church takes 50 students to Africa to give them exposure and education that you can only get from traveling. I'm Damalie Keith, Fox in Focus.
Rob Sheridan is the Executive Director of Financial Aid at the University of Houston, and he joins us now to offer some insight for college students looking to pay for school. Thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
First off is the Texas legislature. They finished their business not too awful long ago. One of the things they did was gave Texas colleges and universities the opportunity to raise prices, and some parents are fearful it's going to be through the roof. Give us a quick layman's primer on this. What's going to be happening?
There are 2 types of tuition.
Yeah.
One I'm going to call regular tuition, and that is set by the legislature.
Mm-hmm.
The other is designated tuition. That's what's been deregulated and leaves the Board of Regents of a particular college or university the responsibility of setting tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, designated tuition could not exceed regular tuition in most colleges and universities. They were one and the same. Now, theoretically, it could be some number higher than that.
How daunting is that for students and parents, knowing that those prices can just go through the roof conceivably?
Well, I think 2 things. Number one, I think Texas has always been conservative. I don't think that we're going to see radical increases in terms of designated tuition. We're going to see increases. There's no question about that. But I think the approach will be conservative, and it's really particularly this first time out with possibility of increases in January for the spring semester, is that I think basically what colleges and universities are doing is looking to essentially meet the shortfall as a result of reduced appropriations from the legislature for this upcoming academic year.
I want to get to this because we don't have a whole lot of time left, but for the college student walking into your office, I need some options. I need some things that are going to help me pay for it. Are there things available for students these days?
There absolutely is. And the one thing I would say to your listeners and viewers is if you don't apply, you're not going to be eligible. The possibility of student loans is readily available to every student. Not the best scenario, but certainly it's part of the reality of financing an education today.
Loans, scholarships available as well?
Scholarships for a person who's looking for this coming fall. You're already behind the curve. Generally, scholarship decisions are made late November, December in the fall semester. Grants, with the exception of the federal Pell Grant, typically tend to be made early in the spring semester for the upcoming academic year. It's really important that families and students pay close attention to whatever the priority deadline for applying for aid is at a particular school.
And part of school shopping is coming to see you as well.
Yes, sir.
Rob Sheridan from the University of Houston, thanks very much for coming in.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. Well, grab a pen and paper, stay with Fox in Focus, because when we come back, we'll have some helpful information related to the topics that we've discussed tonight on how to save and pay for college. Don't go away.
The highly acclaimed Freelander. The completely redesigned Discovery. The wide-open Freelander SE3. And the award-winning Range Rover. 4 new Land Rovers, one big planet. Land Rover, the most well-traveled vehicles on Earth. Come see the new Land Rovers at your local retailer.
Hey, Dad, this computer would be perfect for school.
Yeah, but this one would be a lot easier for you to, bring home every weekend.
It's that time again. And Circuit City is the place to save on all your back-to-school gear. Right now, you'll save $250 on this awesome notebook computer from HP with a DVD player and CD burner. Now just $899.99 after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
Kelso looks into his future.
I'm gonna be a cop!
And it ain't pretty.
You'll have to help ugly people, too.
I'll just leave that for the fat cops.
That 70
Wednesday
show.
night at 7 on Fox 26.
Spanish translations are brought to you in partnership with KLAT La Tremenda, 1010 a.m.
This news segment is brought to you by Cadillac.
Welcome back to Fox in Focus. Grab your pen because we have some website information that you'll want to jot down if you or someone in your family is planning to pay for college. The Texas Guaranteed Tuition Plan, formerly known as the Tomorrow Fund, is a prepaid college program that locks in today's tuition prices for future education. Their website, tgtp.org. Learn more about 529 college savings plans and the tax implications. Go to enterprise529.com. You can get information on the United Negro College Fund at the organization's website, uncf.org. And if you're hunting for scholarships and grant money, try logging on to Smart Student Guide to Financial Aid at finaid.org. That's Fox in Focus for tonight. We hope this has been helpful. Join us tomorrow for Fox in Focus right at 9:45. That's right after Fox 26 News at 9. Until then, I'm Tom Ziska. Good night to you.